Welcome to my channel to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again, great to have you here. In this video we are going to talk about Render, TAO, Kaspa and ONDO. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. So I don't want to waste any time, so let's jump into Render. What did we say and what happened? So we have said that we should see, because we have a bullish divergence, because we can build a bullish divergence on the chart, that yesterday we were here in that oversold area, we should see a bounce in the RSI to get this one cooled down. This should also be the bounce in the chart, but afterwards we have to build a bullish divergence. We have to get a lower low in the chart and a higher low in the RSI. It looks like planned, but the only issue is that since 2 hours we are lower than $3.90. That's not a good sign in my opinion. And I think if we get here a sustainable breakout, means we don't even have to drop that much, but we have to drop, get a retest, then we can think about getting into a short position into that retest. And once we break this low here to the downside, stop loss break even target $3.46 to $3.38. There we have fair value gaps. There we have this head and shoulders formatation, which is targeting this area, this fair value gap. So I would be very careful with Render at the moment. We have a bullish divergence, and I can also expect, but for that we have to zoom in a bit. So let me take this one out. This worked very good. This was showing the bullish divergence yesterday. So we can also get here another bounce in the RSI, which would just get us into the fair value gap $4, and we can still sell off. I would be very careful with long positions and short positions. Why do I say that? Just because the price is so low doesn't mean that it can't get lower. It means it can still go lower. We can still drop another 10 to 20%. Keep that in mind. That's why I don't want to jump into a long position right now, because we didn't break to the upside. Instead, we broke to the downside. But the issue here is that most coins have a fair value gap over the breakout trend line. Means we have a bullish divergence in the RSI. We can also expect a bounce. But where is the bounce going to go? Is it just going to retest the $3.90? But for that, I think I have explained it here a lot, so I can take this one out. So if we sell off even more, then this bounce, which we should get from the bullish divergence, can be the retest of the $3.90. If the bullish divergence is going to play off right now, then we can get into the fair value gap, and from here sell off. So we have to look for those two scenarios. I don't want to jump into a short trade right now. I want to watch over it a few more, I don't even want to say hours, because I want to go to sleep. But in the morning, like a few hours later, I'm going to look what really happened, and then I'm going to look for my entry for short positions, which I think should get profitable because they have some good potential. From $3.90 into the first target, 10%, to the second target, 13.5%. Pretty good. So what about TAO? So TAO is actually going into our take profit area. We are very close to it. So just because the take profit area is at $371, I don't want to keep a short position that much. If I want to take profits at 364 US dollar, then I can take profits right now with like just 10%, 20% out of the trade, just minimizing the risk, because we can also expect a bounce. And yes, from here we can sell off more, but from here any kind bullish news comes, then we can also break it to the upside and invalidate this. And then I didn't take any kind of profits. That's why we'll take profits for TAO. And I'm personally looking for 330 US dollar. And from here we have to see, we have also said a few days ago that we should sell off into the 330 US dollar to close the fair value gaps. And from here we can start the rocket to the moon. That's my opinion. And yeah, I still have the big bullish scenario in mind. The big bullish scenario is that this here was an inverted head and shoulders formatation, and once the 496 US dollar breaks to the upside, then $680 to even up to 830 US dollars going to be my target. So this is my target. I think the chances are very high that we also get there. But the question is, where do I get into my long entry? Do I want to long it right now with the potential of losing another 10% without leverage? Now put a 10x leverage on it, then it would be the liquidation. Or do I want to wait a bit longer, look for something like a falling wedge, which we then break afterwards to the upside? Then I can take my long entry down here at 360 US dollar, for example, pretty safe. So I would say let's wait a bit longer. TAO looks short to me. And if we look about over Kaspa, then you can see, okay, we predicted this price movement to the upside pretty good, but we had to break the 10.6 cents to the upside. Instead, that's what I drew here yesterday. And 1-to-1 the same thing happened. 10 cents if we lose it, if we get a retest, and afterwards a follow through, and the follow through, we are in the follow through, and this follow through is successful. So target 9.2 cents for Kaspa. What I have also tracked for Kaspa is this rectangle. So if we lose that rectangle and we are right at it, 9.4 cents, then the target is going to be the 8.1 cents. But I even think, since we have two fair value gaps lower than us, 8 cents to 6.8 cents is going to be our target for Kaspa. If we lose the first 9.4 cents, they are the indication that we should sell off. But 9.2 cents is going to be the verification, in my opinion. That's why I will make this trend line red. So what about ONDO? ONDO also lost support. And the prices, the short target is ongoing. 8.5 cents to 7.8 cents. If we drop to 7.8 cents, then it's just going to be the second retest of the falling wedge, which we see in orange. So this was just the breakout. This was then retest. And then we can look for higher prices. If the retest is going to happen, then the target of $1.80 is going to change. We have to put it then to the retest point. But then $1.60 should be safe, in my opinion. 1.60 is the target where I would say ONDO should go there, not tomorrow, not in 2 days, but in the next weeks, months, possible. Cryptos are very fast moving, so it's not like stocks, so we can achieve $1.60 within a few weeks. But first, sell off, and I even expect, depending on how long it takes to sell off, that we are not going to sell off like this. We can also sell off like this and fill this fair value gap while still having a second retest. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, because $1.13 is going to be the breakout point where I would say once we break this to the upside, then I'm pretty confident that we should see the $1.60. If we don't break the $1.13 to the upside, then we can't even see the $1.60. So With that said, I will release you in your day, and we see each other tomorrow with new updates.